Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to be making our tunnel and animating the camera. Finally animating the whole thing. In the previous one we set up the scene. So if you haven't watched that one already, please go and watch that one before this one so that you'd get what I'm doing. So the first thing we are going to do is to create our tunnel. To do that, we're going to hit Shift A. I'm going to curve and add Bezier curve. This is what the Bezier curve looks like. So it's just this. So we're going to rotate this on the z-axis 90 degrees, and we're going to bring this down over here. This is what we're going to use to this is what we're going to use to make our tunnel. I'm going to bring this down a bit. Okay, that looks okay. So let's go to the object data properties of the Bezier curve. Make sure it's selected, otherwise this won't show up. So let's select it and move down to geometry, and for the we're going to increase our depth to about, just say, 0.2. Okay, all right, this is okay, and we're going to hit Shift D to duplicate it, and we're going to reduce this one back to 0, so it's back to being a curve in there. Good. So that is the path we're going to animate our camera. I'm going to use to animate everything. So with the camera selected, let's come to object constraints and click follow path. So this is going to tell the camera to follow the curve, and we're going to use our target as the second one. Oh, yes. Okay, so yeah, we'll click follow curve, and we're going to use the offset value. The offset value shows how it moves the camera along the path. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so this part is clipping in over here, and I don't want that, so we can just start the animation from here, or you can also decide to scale this up, but I don't want to do that. So okay, so from here, yeah, this is good. So let's set. So what I just clicked here to add a keyframe, and this is our timeline tab. This is what we use to animate stuff, and we use keyframes to do that. So this is the keyframe I just added. If I click it goes, if I click it comes back. So this is where I want it to start from, and I'm going to bring this all the way to the first frame, and for the last frame, let's send it forward to where it shows the whole thing. Okay, this is alright, I think. Let's see how this looks like in render view. Now there are some slight problems here. It's shifted to the, I think, left a bit. Yes. So to correct that, we're just going to use the camera HG X to move it to the position we want. That's alright. But what this does is it changes, since I'm moving the camera and not the curve, it's going to change how the curve also moves along the path. So it might not be the way it was first. Let's see. Okay, nothing much has changed. That's good. Nothing much has changed. So I think this is okay. So I'm going to add another keyframe here, and this is where it's going to stop. So I'm going to select this one and move it here to 100. So I want my animation to just be 100 frames, and all these numbers here, they are like the number of frames. So this 100 frames, 110, and so on. Wow. Okay, let's see it again, and bam. That's alright for now. So now we can start adding things to our curve. So first off, what I'm going to do is we're going to come here to this plane. I don't know, I can see two planes here. I don't know what I just made. I don't know what I added a different one over there. Oh no, that's just the grid. So for the plane, I'm going to use the same plane. I'm going to scale this by 10. That's even too much. Let me reduce it a bit. I just want this to be like our floor, you know. And for this part, we're going to click the curve itself. I'm going to go into edit mode, and in edit mode, I want you to see it here. Edit mode, what I'm going to do is I could try to subdivide it here, but what I want to do is I want to make this a bit smoother, because right now if you zoom in, okay, you might not even see if you zoom in, but it's not going to be very smooth because they're just 2 points. I want it to be smooth. I don't want any breaks in the camera. So let me try using the geometry side. Yes, the resolution. Nothing much changes. So I'm going to subdivide it. So I'm going to hit subdivide a bunch of times. Can I make this 20? Make it as smooth as possible, so there will be no breaks at all in the camera. Now for this one, for the tunnel itself, if you zoom in, you can see it's not completely smooth. So to just correct that, we're just going to increase the resolution. Yeah, now it's smooth. That's it. So now we can start. Okay, this is still showing, so let's go back, click the camera again, and we are going to come to the offset. This is still showing, so I want to move this forward a bit. Okay, so now it starts from here. Good. And I think our camera is still it has moved again, so let's move it back. Okay, now it's in the middle, I think. Yeah, good. So let's play everything again. Good. Alright, that's cool. Now we're going to add our lights to the scene. So I didn't use anything complicated, okay, for the lights in the tunnel. I just used the same lights over there that I used in the scene. This one, yeah, I just used this one, and I duplicated it 0.7 and just brought it back here. Okay, so now let's rotate this over here, bring this forward a bit. And I'm going to scale this up. Now in fact it's not thick enough for me, so I'm just going to scale it down. Good. I think this is okay. Just have to rotate it a bit and scale scale it a bit again. What's important is that it has to appear inside. Okay, that's okay. Now we're going to shift duplicate it again. Alright, okay, we're going to duplicate it again. And we'll just keep doing this until we cover the whole tunnel with it. So shift D, move, R to rotate. Alright, let's see how it looks. Wow, it's too bright. Okay, so now I want to set the materials for the tunnel itself. I'm going to make this black, the floor too, it's already black actually, and we're going to go to the shading step, and I'm going to add a special kind of material here for the floor and for the tunnel itself. You know, I should just make them have the same material. So let's, what's the name of the material here? Material 2. So I'm also going to give it the same material 2. Good. So I'm going to click this, and I want to make it metallic. So just come here. You can also do, you can just do here, increase the metallic, move the metallic slider up there, and we're going to add some bump, but we are going to use a different type of bump. So this is a very nice texture, and this is what we're going to use our bump on. So add a bump node, connect the color to the heights, and connect the heights to the normal. Connect the normal to the normal, sorry. Wow, it's so black, I can't even see anything. So I'm going to reduce the color. Just good. That's better. Make this chef. Alright, I'm going to increase the scale of this. Good, and the same thing is also being applied here. So now let's move into this mode. And for this, I should have changed. Okay, you know what? I forgot to do this. I forgot to change the material for this, because right now all the lights, they have the same material as this light, and I want to change the lights over here all together. I don't want to do it like one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this material. I'm going to add a new material for just this object alone, but the other circles will have a different material. So this will be material 4, which was originally this material, and this now has material 9, which is a new material just for this. So now when I edit this material, it's going to affect all of the circles, all of the light cylinders except this one. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the strength from 20 to about like 5 or 10. Is 10 okay? Okay, let's make it 5. And let's render this out and see. I don't like the way the material is looking, so I'm going to add some more materials, some more stuff to the light to make it look better. Okay, so I'm going to change the material of this. So let's disconnect these, and we're going to add principled BSDF shader and layer weight node and the color ramp node. Let's bring this down. So over here. Okay, So first off, we're going to flip this and bring this all the way down here. And okay, hang on, I still have it here. I'm going to use the color of this for the whites. Put it there. Good. I'm going to connect this to the emission, this to this. Sorry, feeds into vector. And nothing's happening. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I haven't put this in there. Alright, it's working now. Let's see how it looks now. There's not much change in there. So I'm going to, what if I darken this a bit? Nope. Increase the roughness. So I think, well, it's okay for now. Let's see how it is. Okay. Alright, that's okay for now. For now, might change things later. But for now it's okay. Let's make this a bit lighter. Now it's a bit green. Yellowish. Okay, this is okay, right? I think this is alright. And let's take our tunnel itself, and I'm going to convert this to a mesh. Convert to mesh. It was a curve first, now it's a mesh. I'm going to come here and add a subdivision surface modifier, increase to about 2, and now it's completely smooth, like a complete circle now. That's what I want. Alright, that's good. That's okay. Okay. So now we have our animation. Very simple animation. You can just render this out and make sure you turn on our motion blur. I've set this to high contrast as usual. Compositing. I've added a denoise node, a glare node, and you can render it as it is. But I want to make some more adjustments to the animation itself, and I'll show you how in a sec. Okay, wait, I just realized this has a different material. The wall has the same material as the floor, so I'm going to change this back to how it was. I'm going to use a new material for this, and I'm going to remove well, what do you think? Well, you can't even answer if I wanted you to answer. I'm thinking, okay, let me just keep that's material there, it doesn't matter. So the animation, yes, the animation. So let's come over here. I'm going to move this up a bit, or timeline tab. We're going to move up a bit. We're going to add another one here. I'm going to look for the graph editor. The graph editor. This one. Good. And press the minus to scale it down. Okay, so that we can see everything. I can just decide to even remove the timeline from there if I want, but I think this is okay. Let's use this. So I've already set mine to the animation, this over here to Bezier, meaning like the key over here, interpolation mode, it's set to Bezier already. Yours might be set to linear, which means it's just going to go like it's just going to be straight, completely straight. There's not going to be a slow part. It's just going to move in like the same speed. But for Bezier, it's going to start slow, then move fast, then move slow. And you can just increase the rate at which it slows down, the rate at which it moves up by moving the what am I even trying to say? You can hit this one, shift D to move this a bit, but don't, we have to do it in a way that it doesn't really affect the whole animation, because if you do it too much, as in add more points to this, it can move the whole animation backward or forwards and just mess everything up. So you have to do it well. So you have to take your time. Okay. Just have this one selected, and you see what I mean? It's still the same points, but you can change. So you move slow, move fast, and move slow again. So that's okay for now. I keep saying for now. So now we can just come here to our output properties tab. I've set mine to 24 frames per second, and this 100 frames, so we just divide that, get how many the time you want. And the file formats, I'm using AVI RAW, and yeah, I think you can just come here and save it as whatever you want it to be. So I'm just going to name this bottle tutorial anim, accept, and hit render animation. And at the end of the day, just wait for it to render, and you'll get your results at the end of the day. That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck through to this tutorial, the end of this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm going to keep releasing more videos like this. Tell me if you actually benefit from videos like this, and if you have any other suggestions for things you'd like to know, like tips and tricks, make sure to tell me in the comment section. I'll leave links again to my Instagram page and any other resource I find that I think that will be helpful to you. Thank you guys once again, and please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any new videos I might upload. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.